Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Heaven, let your light shine down. Whoa. Heaven, let your light shine down. Whoa. Heaven, let your light shine down, shine down, shine down. Hi friends. Hey friends. Welcome back to our journey to greatness with I'm your host Lee Manzer at Agape Studios. Bear with me, I'm just going to plug my microphone in here. There we go. Let's see if I can't get a connection. All right, rock and roll. Well, welcome back to everybody that's been joining me on my experience, on my journey to my Pleiadian messages and my channel. So what's going on today? Of course, beside me I have the defender of the universe, Voltron, as he helps me to shed a light on our shadows, but also on stand at the end of the tunnel at this portal that's coming up, the Lionsgate portal. That's what we're discussing this week. On the 8th of August, the portal is open, and that's what Voltron here is representing proud, is the Lionsgate portal. And this theme is all about releasing and letting go, and standing in strength and courage, representing the lion, and has a lot to do with the connection of our hearts, and which is fantastic, because right now I'm working on another piece of 7 Seals of Revelation, as you can see beside me here, and I'm making piece 4 of 7, and so this is my next piece that I got going on in Heart Center for the Lionsgate portal, and awakening our 7 Seals of Revelation within us, our chakra system. But excuse me, that's another topic for another day. But today I'm going to share with just a few things that come in for me on our ascension path, our rise of consciousness and awareness that we are indeed souls having a human experience, and we are here doing it together. And when we can learn to rise above judgment for the experience of one another, and begin to take care of ourselves first, and learn that inner love and joy and passion for the experience, and then everything else around you will reflect that love that's within you, and it will start to show up in the people around you, because you'll have no judgment in your heart when we go into Heart Center, where there is no judgment. And then we begin to change the world around us, and that's what we're here to do as light workers. And there's a message here for light workers, my fellow light workers who are out spreading this message of love. Important to remember that we are also shadow workers, and we are here to become a master of the shadows as well, and share that with others, to dive deep into our shadows and deep into our pain, where if we dive into the deepest darkness of ourselves and face it, the smallest of light will shine the brightest in that darkness, and that light is within yourself, and we're here to help one another find that divine spark of and your connection with your spirit, with your higher self, and how we can bridge that gap. And that's what that song is all about, is how we as humans, we are interdimensional beings having human experience, reflecting down here on earth as you and me. And so we're here to bridge that gap between heaven and earth, and it's all about our belief systems, and it's all about our attachments as well, our shadow side, and integrating those two energies, the masculine and the feminine, the light and the dark, the yin yang, And I'm wearing my Metatron's cube, also too, representing the balance of the masculine, divine feminine within ourselves, and how this is also encoded within our DNA as well, if you look a little further into it. And I'll be making a video on that as well. I mentioned it in one of my previous videos. But that's not for tonight. I want to keep on track tonight. I pulled a tarot card for the collective today. Just as, you know, energy is getting really dense, and what we are seeing in our outer world is a direct reflection of our collective consciousness. And if we are seeing, you know, that so much division, war, and hate, is because that's the beast that we feed our energy to and our belief systems around, you know. So when we can start to see that that darkness within ourselves, we will start to see a different world change around us, where we rise our vibration way higher than the same vibration as that, you know, hatred and war and division and judgment. When we rise above it, it'll start to fade away from our experience. And so anyway, I pulled, you know, also too, I like to bring this guy out here. I love this key. We when we step into our creatorship and are acknowledging that that we are the creators of our experience, a soul having a human experience, you get your golden key to the next stage of your evolution in consciousness, and your next step of experience, which is just one of sheer excitement. Let me tell you what, it is getting exciting for if you can see what's really happening around the globe and within each and every one of us. So yeah, just checking my mic. So what I pulled today is the Queen of Cups. This is for the collective. I was looking for a message to kind of guide us all, myself included, along. This goes with me too, this card, and it came up reversed. So I'm just going to go into what this came through in this card, the description of her, take a good look at her and what's going on around her, and we'll go into the description and see what came up for her. And then I'm going to share some stuff that came in for me as I was doing this read and channeling. So the reversed keywords would be inner feelings, self-care, self-love, and codependency. So the Queen of Cups, I'm going to hold her up as I read the description, for just so you can kind of get a close-up look at what's going on here. The Queen of Cups is a beautiful, introspective woman who sits on a throne at the edge of the sea. In her hands, she holds a golden cup adorned with handles shaped like angels. Unlike most of the cups in the Suit of Cups cards, this cup is closed, showing that the Queen's thoughts and feelings come from her subconscious mind and the depths of her soul. She sits upon a stone throne decorated with images of sea nymphs, fish, and scallop shells. The sea and the fish are symbols of the unconscious mind, and water represents emotion, spirit, and perception. A cloudless, bright blue sky and place of water of the sea surround her. Her feet do not touch the water. They rest on colorful pebbles on the shore. It is as if she is connected to her emotions as represented by the water, but not overwhelmed by them. So how cool is that, you know, that card for us as we step out of the age of Pisces and into the age of Aquarius, the water bearer, the return of the divine feminine. And so I thought that was a really great connection to the energies that we have coming in where we are in our solar system. We are having higher light energy enter into our atmosphere, you know, and I'm going to be going into a deeper exploration of what's going on in our atmosphere and why we're feeling so much density. But it is you know, we are starting to see things for what they are, and so I'm just going to go into reverse here before I get rambling too much, keep on track when about what this means for us as we dive deeper within ourselves, and that's what the Queen of Cups is pointing to here in the reverse. Reverse is never a bad thing. It's always a beautiful message. If you're really a truth seeker looking for those answers within yourself. And so the Queen of, when it's reversed, the Queen of Cups shows that you need to draw your attention inwards and focus on your emotional well-being. You're great at taking care of others, but now it's time to take care of you. This card suggests that you are emotionally drained because you have been so busy supporting others, but not yourself. You may need to set firm boundaries with your loved ones so that they know you love them, but will not take on their emotional baggage. You can hold space for them, but ultimately they are responsible for their feelings and their life experience, and they need to go on their own journey and learn how to cope. The reverse Queen of Cups could mean you are wrapped up in other people's emotional responses and have created a codependent relationship that is not healthy for either party. You may be giving too much of yourself away, receiving little in return, or you may be inadvertently fostering dependency so that you feel needed. Examine your relationships and see where you can create healthy detachment, where you can still give emotional support but not to the detriment of one another. The Queen of Cups reverse is often a sign that your intuition is on overdrive right now, but to hear it, you need to give yourself time and space to listen. It doesn't matter how busy you think you are. See this as a sign to reconnect to your intuition and tune into your inner voice. And that came up in a couple of things that come up in my day today. So at times, the reverse Queen of Cups is a warning that you are letting your heart rule over your head, and your emotions may overwhelm you. If this resonates, ground yourself, express your feelings privately or with a trusted therapist or a friend, and then work through why they've bubbled up this way. Be careful not to let your emotions overtake your life in such a way that you worry you are losing control and perspective. Take some quiet time for yourself and meditate, and that comes up a lot, meditation. And I'll tell you why. Or write in a journal. Find a peaceful space to center and calm your soul. Listen carefully to your intuition and your inner voice. On the flip side, the Queen of Cups reverse suggests that you may be out of touch with your emotions or forced to restrict or hold them deep down inside. You may struggle to express yourself instead bottling up your feelings. If you do not address these emotional issues, they will reach a boiling point. Your stress levels may increase and your ability to cope with everyday problems could suffer. The reverse Queen of Cups invites you to explore your innermost feelings and emotions to understand what makes you tick. Spend some time alone or just with your tarot cards. And now I tell you what, if you go, I encourage anybody who's really going down this journey within to go get a tarot card deck that really resonates with you. It doesn't have to be anything specific, just one that jumps out at you. And that is a direct tool to your higher self, and you'll see the messages that come through when you start to get used to them, get work with them, and journaling as well. There's so much power in your pencil, your pen, and paper. It's a great way to connect your feelings. So ask yourself, how are you feeling? And then ask yourself, how are you really feeling? What would I look like without these things that I'm attached to? How would I feel if I had all that free space to focus somewhere else, So it doesn't matter whether you're experiencing positive or negative emotions, you are being called to listen to your true feelings and honor them in the process, so, wow. It's all about really going within and asking yourself the deeper questions, because truly it's you who only you know, and it's up to you to seek those things and face them and shine a light of gratitude on it. So what I'm gonna just I've been listening to a lot of for the last couple of years, a channel called that Lee Carroll channel is called Cry On. I recommend anybody who's soul searching, and looking for those answers. This is a great channel. And what come up in that was exactly what this is about, meditation. And he said the chatter in the mind is shielding you from your connection to spirit or higher self. So there's always so much chatter on in our minds, and myself included. And this was something that was hard for me to conquer on an everyday basis. These are self-imposed limitations, and it's every arrow is pointing in the direction of quieting. How do we quiet that mind? And it does go to meditation, where we can stop that chattering via following our breath. And this come up for me, and I this was part of my channel. And thank you everybody, for so much love and support. I have a connection with the Pleiadians, and I do channel these messages through. And I'm just sharing what comes up with me. I'm just putting myself out there. This is new for me. And so if it resonates with you, I'm so thankful to be of service in this way, just to be able to maybe just show you that it is possible to create a heaven on earth, and it's possible with us through our belief systems, individually, collectively. So and all that chatter, it just causes so much depression and anxiety, because it's just stories our ego self tells ourselves, our lower half. And they said, if you find that your mind and your heart are at war with one another, let's just step in the middle and meet in the lungs for a few, just to take a breather. Prana, vital life force energy. This is your true self, your spirit. You are not the body. And so that's what they were want to encourage you to stay grounded, as we all chose to be in this physical experience, to stay grounded within the experience and keep in the present moment, where everything happens, and our mind is not dawdling in the past that doesn't exist, or in the future that hasn't even come yet. So when we worry about things that aren't in the present moment, it doesn't feel good in the body, those anchors and the things that we hold on to in the past, memories, And so a message to light workers, we are also shadow workers, and I want to recognize that in myself, is that to be a light worker, you have to master the shadows as well. And truly, this is calling us, this portal, the Lionsgate portal, 888 portal, it's calling us to be those shadow workers as well, but also to help people as a light worker, to help people understand that it's okay to look at those shadows, and it's okay to forgive the shitty things that happen, I would say for us, but seemingly to us, and depending on your perspective, we need to shed a light on those anchors that we hold to certain situations that we've experienced in this experience, that brings up turmoil in your thoughts and emotions. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a drink of bubbly. I really like that stuff. It's really good. So I want to encourage anybody to look up brain-heart coherence, and it's a practice. It's just a few minute meditation that you can practice just by the touch on your heart space, and then just being in tune with your breath and the quality of your breath, following it up and down, as you quiet your nervous system when you're struggling with anything, and it's about coming back to yourself and regrounding yourself, and not fearing these new abilities and aspects of yourself. That's this come up too as well. This Lionsgate portal it's all about courage and strength, and it takes so much courage and strength to stand in your truth. But it's also so much painful to try to be somebody that you're not and hold on to an identity that you think you might need to hold on to for some reason. And if you're not being your true self, it doesn't feel good in the body. So that's why I'm sharing these messages, because this is my true path in life. Is my art that I've been making for only a year and a half, my music, and I'm going to share another channeling that come in as well. And it comes through as my poems, my channeled poems. So we are, at the end of the day, humans having a soul, having a human experience. So if you dive deep into that, we are eternal. We exist. We always have. We always have. Will be. And the way I like to, I love the analogy of, how we can kind of spread our awareness, or like just expand our mind and our hearts a little bit on this theory, or not a theory, this fact that we're all part of the same source energy, reflecting, we're fractals of the one experiencing itself as the many. And before I read my poem and end this, it's like, if you remember in the 80s, those holographic bookmarks that we used to have, and it would be like an image, and it would be projected up. It just looked like it popped out at you. Now, if you remember that, cool. If not, Google it, I guess. But you could take that bookmark and cut it in half if it's a true holographic image. And the two pieces then would still project the same whole image. So the one became two, and it still has the image of the whole piece within that fractal. And if you take those two pieces and you cut those two pieces in half, and then continue on going and cutting each piece in half a million billion times, every little fractal of that bookmark will still contain that whole holographic image within the fractal of that piece of the hologram of the whole piece of the puzzle. So it goes the same with our experiences. We are all a fractal of that spirit within, that spark of divine energy, the one, God, divine source energy, whatever you want to call it. Let me tell you, I'm not a religious person whatsoever, and using the word God has been very triggering to me. But I see it from a different perspective, and not from the dogmatic bullshit religious doctrines and whatever that men have imposed on my belief systems, that I've been able to rewire and see the truth of what it is. And gratitude, I'm so happy for the experience of my past. But anyway, so I really, before I ramble too much and get away, I'm going to read this poem to you, and hopefully it opens up your mind and your heart to, in a poetic way, to look within and join me on this wild epic ride. It gets so exciting when you understand that you can create the experience around you just based on your emotions and your belief systems and your thought processes. So if that's true, wouldn't you want to try to find out? The only way to see if I'm full of shit is to just test it out. That would be the logical thing to do, I guess. Let's see if this guy's for real or not. And let me tell you, I've only been doing my passion here for a year and a half, and it's just overtaken my life with joy and excitement, and who comes into my life. It's wonderful. And so I like to share, just hopefully to be an inspiration to somebody, that if you put your mind to something, you'll figure out a way to do it. And if you trust in your higher self and trust in your guides to allow you to get to that timeline that you're seeking. So I'm gonna sign this off here pretty soon, and I'm gonna read you this poem that came in for me. It's called "Hi, It's Me, Is That You?" To see the source of all your problems, take a gaze into the mirror. Open your eyes and see the reflection, and the source will be seen even clearer. Look into the eyes of the image you see, and ask who it is if you dare. Then move your gaze into the heart, and look out with your eyes from there. From here you can see with a different view all of the hurdles you face. You can see now it's you who stands in your path. It is you who stands in your way. You were the one who made the map before you entered this plane. A map to the heart where your spirit awaits as you open your heart to your pain. Open your eye to see all the reasons things happen the way that they do. The choices you make will create the events that were all created by you. The pain can be healed by the thoughts that you think, especially the ones of yourself, for those are the roots that can cause you to stumble on the thought path of fear and of doubt. The love that is found at the end of your map will lead to a cross in your road. The path that you lead, your actions will show the truth of the thoughts that you hold. When your thoughts are pure with love for yourself, you step into your power and truth. That love is a choice to be made by no one other than you. So at that, I'm going to leave it at that message for tonight of strength and courage. It does take courage and strength to walk a path of light, and to also to share that with others, regardless of what's going on around you, internally, externally. To remain balanced within yourself is key to the next level of our experience here on Earth, to where we raise our consciousness up and open up our 7 seals and insert that key into the heart center way down here, and raise that energy up and through our crown and reclaim our sovereignty of this experience. So let me know where you're from, and if this all resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a tarot card reading with me to connect you to your higher selves and your guides to really accelerate that next step of your journey, for those who are really deep diving within and searching for those answers, the answers are all within yourself, and there's a way to get it, and the key is within you, and your choices, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. So leave a comment, and check out my wife at Agape Holistic Yoga and Wellness. That's where you can book me for a tarot card reading and see what comes in for you, what's in your cards. And thank you for everybody that's joining me in this beautiful ascension path into the Lionsgate portal that's coming up here in a few days on the 8th. So realize that you will experience great things when you realize you are part of something great already, and the greatness is you. You are magnificent, you are beautiful, you are love and light. And at that, I look forward to hearing from all of you. See you next time. Namaste.